I will now discuss economic survey. Is Baba's 2018 survey. Okay, it is now discussed from February's economic survey and budget. Okay, so let's start. What is gender inequality? In simple words, inequality defined as discrimination against women based on their sex. Okay, global index, World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Index. India is 108th position, 144. Okay, so countries are in global gender gap. India's top slipped by 21 places compared to 87th rank in the last year. It reports states that women will need to another 217 years to achieve gender equality. It is important. So even if it is gender inequality index, it is ranked 125 and among the 100, okay, 115 or 129 countries. Okay, reasons for the India's lower ranking, it is mainly due to low scores in two indicators. They are health and survival. India's rank 141 at bottom 4. It was mainly due to the India's poor sex ratio at birth. Poor sex ratio at birth, which still points to a strong preference for sons. Economic participation and opportunities for women in India ranks 139 down from 136 last year. So gender equality status of gender inequality manifest in varied ways, and as far as India is concerned, the major indicators and are all as follows: female birth rate, foeticide, infanticide, child 0 to 6 age group, sex ratio 914, sex ratio 1940, female literacy rate 65.46%. So here maternal mortality rate 178 days per 1 lakh like births. These have above mentioned indicators are some of the important indicators. This is which show the status of women in our country. About the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Index. Index measures the global gender gap as a progress towards parity between men and women in 4 indicators: economic participation and opportunity, education and enlightenment, health and survival, and political empowerment. In addition, also analyzes the dynamics of gender gaps, active industry, talent of roles and occupations. It is released every year by WEF since 2006. Top 10 countries of the Global Gender Gap Index. It is Iceland, Norway, Finland, Rwanda, Sweden, Nicaragua, Slovenia, Ireland, New Zealand, and Philippines. Okay, so here during the performance for northeastern states are better than the other states, especially southern states who have poor gender equality. This despite their better development. Recently at Davos, IMF chief Christian Lagarde quoting IMF research said that women participation in the workplace to the level of the men can boost the Indian economy by 27%. Gender inequalities in the workplace. Okay, here you can see the total employers, management positions, the number of men and women employers employed by sector and percent. Public and administration it is. Here you can see manufacturing it is. So here man and women's here percentage now. You can see man it is and it is woman. Here it is, you can see it is woman and it is man's. Highest manufacturing difference. Manufacturing, mining, very low percentage of women no participated. Okay, software IT. And health is the important sector where women's participation high now, and education. So now we can see our UNDP is Gender Inequality Index. GII is an inequality index. It measures gender inequalities in three important aspects of human development: reproductive health, employment, and economic status. So reproductive health measures maternal mortality ratio and adolescent birth rates, measures the proportion of parliamentary seats occupied by females and proportion of the adult females and male aged 25 years. Some of the economic status expressed the labor market participation. Okay, for labor market participation, and measure the labor force participation rate of female and male populations aged 15 years and older. So here now you see some of the important things. So here we discuss gender inequality index. Okay. So here you can see it is. So it is gender inequality index. You can see it is dimension health, employment, labor market. So indicators, it is maternal mortality ratio, adolescent birth rate, reproductive health index, female gender index. Okay, it is now gender inequality index. Okay, so here is employment, female and male population with at least second education, female employment index, here female gender index, female and male shares of parliamentary seats, female labor market index, male employment index, female and male labor force participation rates, male labor market index, male gender gap gender index, male employment index. Okay, so you can see this. So next, the government Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana schemes and mandatory maternity leaves rules all states. Okay, in the right direction. Okay, survey highlights. The pink color Economic Survey 2017-18 has specialized emphasis on gender and shown meta-performance preference while providing an assessment of India's performance on gender outcomes relative to other economic. The survey takes into account the gender equality is an inherently multidimensional issue. Accordingly, assessments have been made based on three specific dimensions of gender, that is agency, attitudes, outcomes. Agency related to women's ability to make decisions on reproduction, spreading on themselves, spending and household and their own mobility and health. Attitudes. Okay, here violence against women, ideal number of daughters, preferred related to their ideal number of sons. Outcomes related to some sons, preference measured by son sex ratio of last child, female employment choice of concentration, education levels, age of marriage, age of first child birth, and physical or sexual violence experienced by women. India mixed progress. Here are the key findings of the assessment made. The survey include over the last 10 to 15 years, India's performance improved of 14 out of 17. So here 15 to according to 17 indicators of women's agency, attitudes, outcomes on 7 of them, and the improvement has been such that India's situation is comparable to that of a cohort of countries after according to for level of development. Okay, education levels of women have improved dramatically, but incommensurate with development. Encouragingly, there is evidence of convergence and is expected to catch up with other countries as the wealth of Indian households increases. Because of these most notable in the agency of women who have been having decision making regarding household purposes and visiting family and relatives, there has been a decline in the experience of physical and sexual violence. While it narrowed the gap, gap in education and political empowerment, there have been slippages on economic participation in health and survival. Linguistic legislative changes such as amendments or to the Maternity Benefit Act 1961 is implemented well can help women when young children to return to work in the organized sector. The number of women elected in nine state assemblies where elections were held in the past years has declined 83 to 76, thus reducing the current for representation in the assemblies from 7.9% of the to 7.3%. Women's participation and GDP. The IMF estimated the rising level of participation of women and economic activity to bring and it were on par par with men, and which could be increased in just GDP 27%. Then the WEF World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Report estimates the global GDP will increase $5.3 trillion by 2025 by closing the gender gap in economic participation by 25% over the same period. Okay, so here you can see the summary results. The agency involved decision about their own health. Here you can see in 15 to 15 it is specifying issue gender dimension. Here sex ratio of last birth, female birth 100 births, 9 minus 9.5. So here you can see all the things. So here is gender discrimination. Now you can see here is gender discrimination. How okay, so you can see it's women empowerment, women enterprise. Okay, so here you can see all the things, education and other things. Now here you have. So it is important. Now you can see it. How gender inequality is improved. Involving women, okay, it is adding to the some steps, small steps, okay, taken to increase gender equality. Involving women and girls in decision making process at the grassroots level. Designing a way of implementation MDG, forming SDG, talking about sex education, a simple gesture of girls using mobile phones, increasing their confidence, okay, stopping child marriages, okay, so education should be incentive to girl, political empowerment through village panchayats and other levels of politics, supporting women in non-tribe traditional jobs, like mechanics, driving, hospitality, mobile phone fixing, etc. Men and women should encourage to work together. Women enterprise should be provided incentive to the decision making process. Gender budgeting, an instrument to increase gender equality. So here India budgeting formally to the 2005. Powerfully, it is a powerful tool achieving gender mainstreaming. As to ensure the benefit development or is women as men, as much as men. It entails directions of the government budgets and establish gender differentials in parts. Okay. In 2005, the finance minister included the separate statement spreading women in participation in budget and participation benefit women in particular in budget document. That is why the way government allocates budgetary resources, it has the potential to transform existing gender inequalities. Women constitute 48% of the Indian population. Social indicators like it is important. Lag behind a man, some of the important indicators like health, education, economic opportunities, etc. Hence, they warrant special attention to their vulnerability and lack of access of resources. Since 2005, every budget has a special statement list or extra schemes meant specifically for women. There are two types of scheme: 100% provisions for women, 100% provisions for women, at least 30% provision for women. And the central government, 16 states government have implemented gender budgeting over the past decade. Here you can see Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, next Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Okay, and so now Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana launched by the Prime Minister in 2015 January. Panipat Haryana scheme addressing declining child sex ratio and related issue of the empowerment of women, our life cycle continuum. Objectives ensure every girl child is educated, ensuring survival, parental protection of girl child. Okay, and prevent female infanticide, preventing gender-biased sex negative elimination, so the effective enforcement of conception and prenatal diagnostic techniques. Implemented as a ministerial convergence effort of Union Ministry of Women and Child Development, Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Union Ministry of Health Resource Development, Honorable Ministry, the Union Ministry of Women and Child Development, Honorable Ministry, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana for Girl Child Prosperity Scheme. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana under the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao campaign, BBP. Campaign launched by PM Modi 22nd January 15 to enhance the strength and honor of the girl children across the country. The scheme encompasses all the girls of every economic strata under 10 years of age to open Sukanya Samriddhi account in post offices and the banks. This account will be opened in the girl's parents or legal guardians. How much can one deposit in the account? A minimum of 1,000 rupees and maximum 1,50,000 rupees can be deposited annually. The interest of 9.1% will be accrued. Okay, when can be girl operated her account? Girl attains 18 years. She herself would become eligible to operate the account. When can she withdrawal? Okay, under the scheme, the girl child can withdraw 50% of the money after reaching age of 18 and highest education. For higher education, okay, so the survey acknowledges the government Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana schemes, mandatory maternity leave rules, and are all steps in the right direction. The survey states that just as India has committed to removing up the ranks of its easy of doing business indicators, a similar commitment should be endeavored for the gender forward. So next we discuss climate change and agriculture. So first of all, some of the important things now mentioned. Here you can see the economic survey when I discussed. So essentially all the topic we discussed now. Here we get current scenario, demonetization to unbalance it. Okay, interest rate. Here the positive trends, India's easy of doing business, 120. Here 30 spots improved. Okay, India. So here you can see negative trends. What should India should do to achieve a growth, expecting 8%. So privatize Air India, new facts of Indian economy, direct tax, sustainable, avoidable. So you can see clothing. So all the things are important. So the long-term challenges here you can see science, technology, climate change. in convergence. Okay, what is catch-up effect? Poor economies will tend to grow rapidly. Then wealthier economics. Why the convergence? Where is India? Why it is a challenge? So it is, you can see there is gender inequality and women's empowerment. You can see all the things. So we discuss it. So thank you, friends. So very 140 countries, India 108 World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Index. Okay. So thank you, friends. Now we will discuss another topic.